Oh, gods, and Adiran, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. No, Adir just supports her. In arms, politics, and kith.
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research, and who knows what she plans for it. But you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthralls siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a courtesy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. To Head Sharpshooter, First Class of Shatterscarp to Merti Kaiwa III. Ludwig wants the ruins of Naku Kubel, or will suffer the Steel Garrote's wrath. Another shit atop the pile, then. Not that I can do a damn thing about it.
You're not going to give in, are you? Those ruins are a marvel. They're irreplaceable.
I know, Yatsley. If we give them an inch, the Adirans won't stop until they have everything. But even if I wanted to hand over the ruins, they aren't in my power to surrender. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhot.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Ringrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage. Appalling is one way of describing it. I'd personally call it horrifying. In case you ever feel like an adventure, here's how to find Ringrim. Head east of here, go past the Pargunan ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yatsley, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerti. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck. Good. It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yatsley, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an archmage, after all.
Now I'm feeling underdressed.
Dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? When it comes to her, there's never any good news. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. Thanks for talking.
Listening to Yatsli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. You too.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. 6 years ago. Feels longer now. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? No. Well, yes. But it's more than Tama. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom, something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? Personal. Take it easy, Inquisitor. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. Between releasing Egwolf and thwarting the Steel Garrote and Emerald Stair, you've opposed your empire's interests. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. I've got a lot of memories here, and the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
This plague is tearing everything apart at the seams. Healing may take years, if not generations.
Maybe you're both right. Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. Night, envoy.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Efforts paid in blood. They lie to the earth, to themselves. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder. Dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
still remember the first time I saw these dunes. In the heat haze, they looked just like waves.
Protect the envoy! On your right! On your right! Not bad for a noble. Never had a chance.
Who disturbs us? Right!
We've got company. Hell for the wheel!
We make a good squad.
Who's next? Anyone?
We have been here before. Do you hear the dust whisper on the wind? Mussels in the tide pools, the swell of life. Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Nimana, one of those who speak for us. Your gift shone a different shade from others of your kind. The souls of the departed danced before you like sea foam. Tell us, what did you make of the songs they sang to you? A mouth, a conduit, a welcome curiosity. One day, a voice called you to the wilds outside your village. Find us in the highest heights, we said. Come, speak to us. You left your world behind, set off upon uncharted sea. A cocoon, a traveling cloak, break down to transform the self. One day, you came to the place where the stone challenged the clouds. Night fell. 100 blazing lights refracted in the sky. We appeared. Your essence joined with ours. We shared what we had seen. You perceived us in new colors. Tell us, Nimana, what did you learn? The bee pollinates the blossom. One hand serves the next. You sailed home to the village, eager to share what you had seen. We prickled. Something was wrong. Trouble like salt on the breeze. People had chased the water back. They raised the wood and stone. They built a tremendous temple. They offered us their stores of food. Trap the falcon, clip its wings. They feared you. They feared us. They tried to placate, to control. Your eyes turned up. You saw a statue, a prison. This was not our form. A wellspring boiled. Our cry rose in your throat. This could not stand. Stone smashed on tile. We shuddered. The people's hearts inflamed. They brought their fists upon you. How could you turn against your own? What did we show you in the dunes? The ground shakes. The thorns prick. A crack carves through the pillars. Why? The tide crashes. The earth gives way beneath our roofs. We cannot. We breathe. A ship in the eye of the storm. Oh, we remember now. A cut. A chasm as deep as the sea. A wound gouged into our skin in our thrashing. We did this. We felt no ire for the Akita. We merely flinched. The sun rose on the barren earth. The village had tumbled down the chasm. Only ruins remained. The few who survived faced the wilds, Their new home. Hunger. Blistered feet. Clouds parted. Hatred gave way to desperation. They looked to you. Wisdom, the purest offering. People again condemned to wander. A village, one day rebuilt. In time, all those who spoke for us came to Thirdborn to face their fate. Tradition without memory, a trial of unknown lineage. We saw the clay settle on the Ammonite, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Together somehow. Let's have a closer look at Cam. That'll show him.
Hey there, brother. Here for a dip? Or we can get right to business. 'Cause a glint in your eye says you're here for a reason. Sure do. About 5 or 6 of them. Can't swing a dead seagull back in Rawatai without hitting a Nagunu. You get a crew together, you're bound to have 1 or 2. Why, back when I was in the Navy, I once served on a ship where everyone was named Nagunu but me. Started calling myself Nagunu just to feel included. Anyway, what were we talking about? No shit! Is it a special occasion? Should I wear my nice shorts?
Strictly a casual affair, though a touch of cologne wouldn't hurt.
It's been a long time coming. You talked to the others yet? You might be doing that for a while. He's out there, friend. Way out there. Like shark's teeth out there. Man's scared to death of the Dream Scourge. Can't blame him, but a Zarep will kill you just as dead as the plague. And they'll rip you into 100 pieces doing it. Me? I'd rather turn into a mushroom or whatever it is happens to a dream thrall. I like being exposed. Anyway, it's those Adiran soldiers you gotta watch out for. No offense. Doubt you'll be making it back with her either. She's convinced the captain's trying to kill her. I can't say I understand why. Our last deal went south, but that wasn't anybody's fault. Sometimes things fall off the back of a boat. Doesn't mean somebody pushed.
Or it could mean they chose not to tie him down well enough.
Shit happens at sea, you know. Anyway, it'll be good to see the others again. Even if it ends up being the last time. Well, you know how it is. Captain says one thing, maybe we say another. Maybe we had a deal go sideways. Maybe it was politics. Maybe the deal was also kind of politics. See, old Captain likes an empire. Loves all the pomp and circumstance. Wronga, though. Nothing gets her madder than people thinking anyone could be born to wear a crown.
Many are born to wear a crown, but few have earned the privilege, and none of them deserve it.
I wouldn't be caught dead anywhere else.
Take her out.
Another soul for the wheel.
Did that tree just move?
Good shooting, Kai. The high ground is peaceful. Anything we build lower is subject to the whims of nature.
Buddy! What bloodthirsty fools!
Small. Vertical advantage. Like a crow's nest. These rangers know their stuff.
Just quit moving around, you butthole.
At least the beacons are lit. always knew this could happen, but never in my time. I'm going to miss this place.
We have been here before. Do distant winds breathe soft across your skin too? Sweat, salt on the skin, joints ache from lifting. We'll leave the temple dome unfinished, she said. No story is ever completely told. Now, our memory is a wound, reopened. It didn't have to die. Twin stars fall through night and collide beside the sea. Nekad and Enekalai, the arc of one bright light obliterates the other. You are Enekalai, a Tabaru Sinakis. You speak for the garden, and for us, the gardener. You have not seen Nekad for 10 years on the day you come to blows. Which memory of him is true? Things were good between you for a time. But who was Nekad to us in Enekalai? Help us to remember. Nekad, your lantern in the dark. For the brief time you knew each other, the bright in him showed you the way forward. Your paths diverged after disaster. He held your people's histories closer to his heart than he held you. And Enekalai, did you miss him? He taught you of desire, the ache of yearning. He taught us too. What did Nekad learn from us? You should both have been afraid. There was a disaster. In a temper, we did something terrible. Many of our people died. It was why you built it. Naku Tedek. But in Enekalai, what did we do? Flood took a village with it. We recall a shard of memory. A wave, like a towering wall, high enough to shake the moon. We ran to the hills, but the stinging water followed us. We drowned alone. We looked with horror upon what we had done. How could you bear to speak to us? Your pride only shamed us more. What havoc had we wrought before that this disaster would bring you joy? After the crisis passed, the people wailed in agony. Did the dead forever wander the nothing of the in-between? You proposed an easy road for their souls to travel on, Naku Tedek, where you returned the dying to the Adra and their bodies to the soil. compassion, healing. We should like that to be our way. Yet Nikad, your lover, opposed Nakutedek's construction with his every breath and word. How could he despise your mission? We do not remember why. Preserving the old ways was the hinge Nikad's life turned upon. Without his purpose, he would have been lost for how to live. Your lover, Nikad, was a storykeeper, and our people's stories say that your souls are wild things. Your souls leave your bodies and run free across the land to enter death and return to life in their own time. So it has been. And so Nikad believed it should always be. Why did you betray him? Obligation. Debts owed to the other. Loyalty. This is what preoccupied you. We remember now. When he finally saw Nakutedek and understood what you had built, what did Nikad do? He cornered you in an alley. He shoved you into a wall. He begged to know why you stole true reincarnation from the people. His tears shone. He did not wait for you to answer. He pulled a knife from his belt. The torchlight flickered on the steel. He held it to your throat. What did you do, Enekallah, when your lover threatened your life? We remember. Steel on steel. A spurt of blood. A sound of pain. He shuddered. He could not catch his breath. Could he have been wrong? One more thing, Enekallah. What did you feel as you died? He planted a tree near Nakutedek to remember you by. As it grew, we learned that we should not pass judgment, but observe. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.